Hi, in this video we will discuss input-output in Java. So we will discuss console class of IO package, scanner class of util package, system.out.print method and printf method of console class. So first we discuss system.out.print method. This method is used to display output on the screen, and there are two versions of this method, system.out.print and system.out.print line. Difference between these two methods is that the print line method, it will append new line character at the end of the output. Suppose I displayed Java. So after displaying Java on the screen, it will append a new line character. So whatever next item I display, it will be displayed in the new line, or it will be displayed in the next line. Whereas if you are using print method, it will display next item in the same line. Okay, and if you want to change the line in between, you can use \n. So \n is a new line character as it is in C and C++. So you can use \n anywhere to change the line. Now we discuss scanner class. Scanner class was introduced in Java's 1.5 version. It contains methods to read all the basic data types like int, float, long, double, and using next line method we can read strings also. Okay, and this is how we create a scanner object. Scanner reference variable is new scanner, and system.in is, it represents standard input stream, and source of standard input stream is keyboard. So it will take input from the keyboard. So we are using nextInt method to read an integer value. You can use next float method to read a float value. You can use next line method to read a string. Now we come to console object or console class. Console class belongs to IO package, and console class was introduced in Java's 1.6 version. Console class is a singleton class. So singleton class is a class whose only one object can be created per JVM instance. So in your JVM, only one console object will be available, or only one console instance can be created. So console object's reference can be retrieved using the method system.console. So system is a class, console is a static method of the console class. So when you call system.console method, it returns reference of the console object, and we are assigning this reference to the console type variable con. So con is the name of the reference variable. So con is a reference variable that contains reference to the console object. Now using this readline method, we can read a string. So return type of readline method is a string. So whatever text we enter, it will be assigned to variable str. So you can use this statement like this, or we can also provide prompt in the readline method itself, like con.readline, enter a string. So it will display this text on the screen, enter a string, and whatever text we enter will be assigned to variable str. So this is an example of readline method. So you can use this method like this, or you can use this method like this. So here we are asking user to enter a string, and we have displayed this message using the system.out.print line method. And in this statement, we are passing the prompt in the readline method itself. Now we proceed to read password method. This method also belongs to console class. It is used to read passwords from the user, and whatever text user enters, it will not be displayed on the screen. And return type of read password method is an array of characters. So in this example, we are obtaining reference to the console object, and we have declared an character array, reference variable of character array. So ARR is a reference variable that can refer to a character array. Now we are asking user to enter password. Now in this statement, user will enter password. This will not be displayed on the screen, and whatever text user enters will be returned as an array of characters, and reference to that array will be assigned to variable ARR. Now using this method, using this value of method of string class, we are converting this character array to a string. So password will be converted to a string and it will be assigned to variable password. Console class also contains a method called printf. You can use printf method as you have been using it in C and C++. So first argument of printf method is a format string. Like in this example, it will display this string x equals %d, y equals %d. So %d is a placeholder. So at the place of this %d, it will insert the value of x. At the place of this %d, it will insert the value of y. So output will be displayed in this format: x is 10, y is 20. Now we are declaring a variable called name, and we have assigned it a value Borasius. Now it will display the statement my name is %s. So at the place of %s, it will insert the value of this variable name. So the output is going to be my name is Borasius. So you can use printf as you have been using it in C language, and you can use %s for string, %d for decimal digit, %f for float. So console is combination of standard input device and standard output device. So standard input device is keyboard, standard output device is monitor. So console is combination of keyboard and monitor. So using console object, it is possible to interact with both input device and output device as well. So when we call readLine method, we are interacting with input device. When we call printf method, we are interacting with output device. Now we will take some examples of these methods. So we take an example of println method. So we are using system.out.println Java. So it will display Java and it will bring the cursor to the next line. So it will display next output Python in the new line. Then we are using print statement, so it will not change the line, and end will be displayed in the same row. Again Django will be displayed in the same row because we are using print method. And after printing Django, it will change the line and it will display R and Hadoop in the next line. Then it will display Scala and Spark in the next line. Then it will display by, and we are using \n new line character 3 times. So it will change the line 3 times, then it will display see you again. Now we compile and run this program. So I am going to compile this program. Now I am going to run it. Okay. Now we compare the output. So Java, then we are using println. So Python will be displayed in the new line. Then for displaying Python, we are using print method. So it will not change the line. And is being displayed in the same line. Django is displayed in the same line, and we have used print line here. So after printing Django, it will change the line and it will display R and Hadoop. And again we are using print line. So after displaying R and Hadoop, it will change the line and it will display Scala and Spark. And in the last statement, it will display by, and we are using \n 3 times. So it will change the line 3 times, and in the new line then it will display see you again. Now we take an example of scanner class. So first we are creating an object of scanner class. Scanner variable name is new scanner, and system.in. it represents standard input stream, and source of standard input stream is keyboard. So it will accept the input from the keyboard. Now we are declaring string type variables name and city. We have declared 4 integer variables: English, Maths, History and Total. So in English, Maths, History, we will store marks of a student in these 3 subjects. So first we are asking the user to enter his name. Name will be stored in name variable. Now we are asking his place or city where he belongs to. Now whatever city name he enters will be assigned to variable city. Now we are asking him to enter his marks in English, his marks in Maths, his marks in History. Now we are calculating total of his marks. Now it will display hello, name, from, place, your score is. It will display marks in English, Maths, History. Then it will display total marks of the student. So now we compile and run this program. So I am going to compile this program. Now we are going to run this program. So it is asking us to enter our name. Now it is displaying hello, username from Jaipur. Your score is marks in English are 90, marks in Maths are 95, marks in History are 85, and total obtained marks are 270. So this is how you can use scanner object. Now we take an example of console class. So first we are creating an object of console class. We have declared 2 variables called name and city. We are asking user to enter his name. User will enter the name and that value will be assigned to variable name. Now we are asking user to enter his city's name. User will enter the text and that will be assigned to variable city. Now we are displaying hello, username, from, city name, you are welcome. Now we compile and run this program. So here you can see the output, and so it is asking user to enter his name. Now it will ask the city's name. Now it is displaying hello, username from city. Hello, username from city, you are welcome. Okay, now we take another example. So in this example, we first using system.out.println method, we are we are displaying text on the screen, and then we are accepting the user. So instead of passing this message using println method, we can pass this message or prompt to the user in the readline method itself. So we take an example. So see here, we are creating console object. Again we have declared same variables name and city. So con.readline, then we have passed prompt in the method itself. So it will ask user to enter his name, and user will enter the name and that will be assigned to variable name. Now it will ask the user to enter his city's name, and whatever text he enters will be assigned to variable city. Then it will display hello, username from city name, you are welcome here. Now we compile and run this program. Enter your name. Hello, username from city name, you are welcome here. Okay. So In these two examples, we are reading string type values. And if you want to read an integer value or double type value, you can use the method integer.parseInt. So integer is a class and parseInt is a static method of integer class. So parseInt method is used to convert a string to equivalent to integer. If you want to read a double value, you can use double.parseDouble. To read a float.parseFloat. So con.readLine, it will prompt the user to enter a value. Suppose I entered 10. So readLine method will return 10 as a string, and using parseInt method we are converting string type 10 to integer 10. In the same way, again it will ask user to enter second value, and readLine method will return that value as a string, and parseInt method will convert that value to an integer. Now we have calculated the sum and we are displaying the sum. Now we compile and run this program. So enter first value, suppose I entered 10, enter second value, suppose I entered 20, total is 30. So you can read a string, you can read int, float, double, any type value using readLine method. Okay. Now we take an example of read password method. So it will read the password, and whatever text we enter, it won't be displayed on the screen. Okay. So we are creating a console object. We have declared two variables, name and password. And read password method, it returns the text as an array of characters. So we have declared a character type array variable. Okay, so it will prompt to enter the name, and name will be assigned to this variable called name. Now it will prompt us to enter the password, and suppose I entered Java. So it will return Java as an array of 4 characters, and reference to that array will be assigned to variable ARR. Now using the static method value of string class, we are converting this character array to a string. Now it will display hello, username, your password is, then it will display password. Now we compile and run this program. So we compile and run this program. So Java. Enter your name, enter your password. Suppose I entered Java. Hello, your password is Java. So I entered the password, and the password is not displayed on the screen. Now we take an example of printf method. Okay. Console is combination of keyboard and monitor. So when we call readLine method or we call read password method, we are interacting with keyboard. And using printf method, we can interact with monitor. Okay. So printf, you can use printf as you have been using in C and C++. So we are creating console object. We have declared two integer variables A and B. Enter first value. Now we will enter a number, and that will be assigned to variable A. It will prompt us to enter second value, that will be assigned to variable B, and this is the format string. So in the place of %d, it will display value of A. In the place of this %d, it will display value of B, and in the place of this %d, it will display A plus B, the sum of A and B, and result will be displayed in this format. So now we compile and run this program. Enter first value, I entered 10. Enter second value, I entered 20. So output is displayed in this format, 10 plus 20 plus 30. So you can use Scanner class, console class for accepting input from the user. You can use system.out.print or console printer method for displaying output on the screen.